Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, just doing a little bit more of the overall weekly recap, as well as also what we're kind of anticipating and looking for in the near future, as well as also the quick reminder on some little locations we've been seeing. And we'll probably be watching a lot more walk-in news going on as of officially tomorrow. Usually we kind of like to go and cover a lot more of the walk-in news on the weekends, mainly because the big boy retailers are usually more on the quieter side. But we actually had a very eventful week and some very intriguing topics. And as well, we also had just a lot of the overall third-party market prices go down quite a bit. And this kind of goes and pertains down to a lot of drops. And we also do have a lot of other locations we'll be closely watching this upcoming week. And we'll probably obviously go a lot more detail in the weekly video on Monday, as you guys will probably go and see. I just want to let you guys all know we're going to be enjoying this video. I'm going to give you guys some good old details, and I appreciate as always so much for watching. And if you guys are bored, we'll probably have a lot more variety videos too as well throughout this weekend, just because there's actually quite a few little kind of like nice mid-tier topics to go and cover. So hope you guys have been on the lookout for that throughout this nice casual weekend. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below if you guys want to follow, and of course sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100 with the link down below. You guys go get a bunch of free stock and free money. Same with that Coinbase too as well. And let's go and talk about this week. So, kind of give you guys the rundowns on everything kind of when it happened. The first thing I do want to go talk about is on the Target drop. We did actually have a very intriguing, almost first time ever thing happening for Target, as I'm sure you guys maybe saw in my videos, or even if you guys missed my video earlier on, I just made one not too long ago, discussing that we actually are still seeing a little bit of Target PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X's still available up in the stores. But the one kind of crazy thing that happened on this Thursday for the Target drop is the fact that the drop was basically one of the longest, if not the longest, restocks we've almost ever seen from Target. Target themselves basically had a massive PlayStation 5 stock, and even although I think there was a few botters and a few things, we'll maybe go touch on that tomorrow if we can kind of double clarify all that stuff, but the PlayStation 5s were up in stock for some locations up to 2 to 3 hours after the restock happened. Like, a lot of locations were very chill though, and some were kind of instantly sold on out. But it has been one of the craziest things out there, mainly because we had a chance to go and see a drop from a big retailer last for a somewhat long time. So I think that was probably one of the biggest things all throughout this entire week, where we saw Target and we saw it actually do a good drop. Now, we still had like some scalpers mixed on in, we still have some botters mixed on in, but I do think that's probably just the big highlight of this week, because the drop went extremely well, was very smooth, and although we did have canceled orders or issues going on, the website did have those issues too, don't get me wrong. I think just the biggest thing we want to note is that some locations were having stock for quite a bit longer than we were expecting. So that's, I think, probably the biggest and most foremost thing that happened throughout this week. Now, when it comes to that stuff, as we'll probably be touching this tomorrow morning, some of the Target stores might still have some stock. Some we are seeing some reports that some sporadic stores are actually doing walk-ins, while more so just from leftover and canceled stock, and nothing super crazy, not like, like 50 consoles, huge walk-ins. But as well, it also could just maybe be orders that were never picked up and all that stuff. Well, like, if you guys want to creep on the video I just uploaded beforehand, we went a little bit more in-depth on all of that. But when it comes to that, Target was very good, very phenomenal. We did go and see like 3 back-to-back Target restocks. So I'd probably almost want to say that we might want to have a nice break from Target next week, and we might have a nice secondary restock, unless there's still a lot more extra stock still available, and we'll get more employee information throughout these next few days to go and see if that'll happen or not. But basically, Target will be maybe a little bit more of a quieter next week, and maybe next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we'll see a little bit more information from them. As well, we also did go have good old bad boy Best Buy as well go do a nice little restock. They did that with their PlayStation 5s and PlayStation 5 digitals and GPUs all throughout this week with no total tech. So that also, in comparison to like bots and stuff, was actually just a lot of normal individuals. Hopefully some of you guys out there, and if you guys did get your consoles throughout the week, feel free to leave a comment down below. But we had a lot of normal folks go get their consoles, and I think that's a big bump up these past few drops, is that both Target and Best Buy had just a lot of normal living human beings getting their consoles, which always does make me very happy to go and see. So we had a chance to see that. We saw both of those, and those were kind of the big focuses on the week. Amazon, we did have a few Amazon warehouse consoles, which is why we always have the links down below in case you guys do want to go and casually check and see. Although for everything else, besides Switch OLEDs and Xbox Series S's, Nothing really that crazy. So a little bit more on the chiller side when it came to Amazon. Walmart did actually go and have quite a few arrivals. We actually may make a video on this throughout the weekend. If any of you guys did go get your console, send me a picture or send me a processing link or whatever from Walmart. And that does actually go and bump up, I think, the likelihood a lot as next upcoming week when it comes to a Walmart or Walmart Plus restock. So at least for me, that's probably one of my favorite things to go and see as we're seeing more and more people getting their consoles. That just means that there's less competition, and that means that more normal folks and hopefully less scalpers and botters can go get their consoles. We also did have a really, really big Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 third-party price decrease, which I do think also would incentivize botters and scalpers to move on and stop covering up these next-gen consoles, because if they're not making as much money, it's not really worth it too much for them. So just keep that in mind, that actually might go make these next upcoming few weeks, few months of restocks a little bit better, unless there's a pretty big price increase that happens right after that. So we are watching that and still seeing that as well. We also did not really go and see too much stuff from GameStop, but besides the fact that they kind of started to have some failed drops, or for them, some of the Xbox Series X's are still available in stores. We kind of covered that, and well, the PlayStations I think are pretty much more on the tapered end and almost gone, if not fully gone, although we are hearing rumors of the next upcoming GameStop restock. But well, I think the biggest things for that is the fact that the Xboxes just aren't really doing too good and too hot when it came to the bundles. We also saw that too as well with online. So that would maybe go bump up the likelihood maybe of a nice Xbox Series X restock online for GameStop this next upcoming week, as they maybe try to go get rid of all the bonus stock. Although, if they are prepping up for more walk-ins, maybe they have a more focus for the walk-ins next week. We can kind of chill from there. So I'm just keeping you guys on the loop for that. We actually have been watching that quite a bit. It's just intriguing to go and see, especially when it comes to GameStop, that a big retailer is actually having issues selling out their stock. Although it would be kind of nice to have more online restocks, and especially more PlayStations, because I do think most people are more focused on that as over the Xboxes as of right now. As well, when it comes to the other big boy retailers, online did also do their Xbox drop, as we mentioned, and it took them a very long time to sell out their bundles. A very, very long time. So I'm a little bit more on the sadder side for it. I wish it would have been a little bit faster, a little bit more efficient, but at the same time, too, at least it was done. We have options, and although the bundles are expensive, at least we are seeing them. We did also see Costco do some Xbox bundles that also did take quite a long time to go and fully go and sell on out, and nothing with the PlayStation 5 from all the big boy places like the mid-tier places like the Lines, Newegg's and GameStops and all that type of stuff. So a little bit on the sadder side, but at least we did some stuff, and that'll kind of bump up the likelihood of next week going pretty good. I still kind of feel like Walmart's going to be kind of our big boy retailer, and all these little various walk-ins too as well. We did also see a few little various Best Buy walk-ins too, as I covered, although not as extensive and not as nationwide as we've been seeing the current Target restocks going on. So that's pretty much all the big boys for this week, and a little bit, I think it was still a good week, although a quieter week, because some of these mid-tier places just didn't really do too much. But now we have the walk-ins. I do think tomorrow we'll have a lot more focus on some walk-in restocks, so I've always make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for that. But we'll definitely be watching Myers. We saw some pretty big stock arrivals as of last week. Basically where a lot of folks were getting their PlayStation 5s, no Xbox Series X's, sadly, which makes me a little bit on the sadder side. But we'll give you guys some more updates. I did reach out to some nice little walk-in contacts. We'll get you guys some details if we got any. As well as also same thing too with the PC Richards. We'll 1,000,000% be seeing that. We didn't see them do too much information as of last week or the last 2 weeks, so it might be a nice little location for them. And same thing with the Fred Meyers and Kroger's. We did see a little sporadic PlayStation 5s mixed on in as of literally this like early in the week, kind of same thing with Myers, and then kind of did go and taper off throughout the week as the week kind of went on. So we'll be watching that a lot throughout this weekend and giving you guys more updates as we see it. Or if you guys want to casually check as of literally maybe even tomorrow morning, feel free to give me any details all throughout the day as well. Don't forget, guys, we also did have some PlayStation Directs throughout this week, which is nice to see them return. They had a nice little holiday break and they came back. They had 2 of them, and I think most people who were invited for the PlayStation Directs had a pretty good vibe, although some folks did have the unfortunate sold out. I do think a lot of folks who sent me messages and YouTube comments said they got their consoles and had a good time with it. So if you guys did, make sure you guys always tweet me some pictures and let me go and see all the consoles as they come on out. We did not go and see much Microsoft news or any Xbox Series X Halo Infinite news, mainly because, well, they're just kind of hard still to go and find. I can't wait to go and get more information for that, because as you guys know, I'm still trying to go find and get my Xbox Series X Halo Infinite Edition. We are still watching some big retailers, and some listings are still popping on up and off, so we'll give you guys all the details all from there. As well, we also had kind of some nice little casual stuff. We saw some crazy weird news in terms of update leaks. If you guys want to check out that video on the channel, we made that I think yesterday or earlier on today. And as well, we also just had some overall, like kind of a nice little casual week. Nothing super crazy gaming news wise. It would kind of make sense because we're right off the holidays, but I do think we'll kind of get back more in the good restocking tracking groove in the very near future. So we'll probably have a pretty good next week and the next few weeks afterwards, and probably once February starts, we're in the groove. So I do appreciate all of you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Twitter and Twitch room as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock and free money. And same with that cryptocurrency too as well down below. And I'll see you guys all later on throughout this week for more videos, and have a nice little casual week. I enjoyed it. Love you guys.